around getting older. There's a joke somewhere and it's on me. I'll shake this world off my shoulders. Come on, baby, this laughs on me. Sick on the streets of this town. They're carving you up all night. They say you gotta stay hungry.
Hey guys, great to see you again. It's Joe here and thank you for joining me for another lesson. Okay, if I could just start out by saying if any of you would like to kind of help me out, as it were, you can do so by checking the link down below to my Patreon page. That's somewhere where people can help me continue making free videos for you. Okay, so I would very much appreciate it if any of you could take a look there. Okay, and all the other usual stuff stands. If you find this video useful, perhaps you could click on the like or the subscribe. Or if you do the social media, you know, feel free to share these links far and wide. Okay, now on with this week's lesson, and it's a song by Bruce Springsteen, and it is called Dancing in the Dark. I think this is a really nice track. It always goes down well when I play this one out live. And it's relatively straightforward, okay? So it's not too difficult song to kind of learn. Also, it's great to practice your strumming and things like that. It's quite a nice strumming song. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started on this song. Now, it's capoed on the 4th fret. Now, I'm just going to refer to the chords. If it's a C, you know, that kind of thing, I'm going to call it a C, you know, rather than a D sharp or whatever it is. Now, as I often say, this isn't a definitive version or anything like that. This is just my own kind of slant on the song, and you should really aim to do the same, okay? Although I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing and things like that, the important thing is to make these songs your own. That is going to make you a far better musician than just copying somebody exactly, okay? So try and find something in it which you can make it your own. Right, okay, so the first chord is effectively like a G. It's that chord. Now, I'm only playing, this is the 7th fret here I'm pointing to, and I'm playing the top string and the bottom string on the 7th fret, and I'm dampening. My finger is resting on the 5th string, okay? So that isn't sounding, and I'm using my 4th and 5th fingers, all right? Like so. So you get that kind of sound. Now, the strumming pattern for this song is just a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you bear that in mind, it's a great starting point. Then you can start putting offbeats on and things like that once you become confident. Now the intro goes between this G shape and then this finger here, this middle finger, goes on the 6th fret, 4th string. It's going on and off that. So we're going from just that G so that's the kind of feel that you're aiming for, yeah? So it's off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. See, the on is slightly before the beat and it gives it that nice kind of rolling, pushes it along quite nicely. So effectively that's your intro and your beginning of the verse, okay? So you got. Now when this middle finger goes down and we play that chord, it's called a G6, okay? But all we need to know is that the middle finger is going on the 6th fret, 4th string. So we have off, on, off, and on. Now you probably recognize that, okay? So the verse is going, I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same. Now we go to a C. Wait. Now you can leave this finger on or off this little pinky on the 7th fret 1st string. Experiment with that, okay? It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm doing. There's plenty of room for experimentation there. So I ain't nothing but tired. And then we play an A minor 7. So this section is going between a C, and to play an A minor 7, we're just taking off this third finger. And we're not playing the top note. Back down with that third finger. And off. Okay. So far we have, I get up in the morning, playing it nice and slow. And I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning. I go to bed feeling the same. C, I ain't nothing. A minor 7. C, A minor 7 and G, G6. Okay, so that's what we've kind of got so far. Now in the second half of the verse, rather than going back to this G, G6, it plays an E minor. Okay, so we're kind of 3/4 of the way through the verse here. So let's just go from the top. I get up in the evening, G, G6, G, G6, G, G6, C, A minor 7, C, A minor 7, G, E minor with the pinky. Okay, so that's just an E minor. I'm sure you know that. It's just 4th and 5th strings, in this case on the 6th fret, and we're adding the pinky on the 1st string of the 7th fret. Back to the G, back to the E minor, and then a D. We're into the verse. You can't start a fire. Then add the pinky, however suits you really. You know, it can be anything. Experiment, yeah, because there are many, many different things you can play there. And the nice thing is you can make it your own by just putting your own thing in there. So, okay, so coming into the chorus, can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a C. This comes for A minor 7, C, A minor 7, and then back to your G. Okay, so I hope that that's clear, because already we've covered the verse and the chorus, okay? And that's the bulk of the song. So let's just quickly recap on that, okay? We have the G, up in the evening, G, G6, G, G6, G, G6, and C, A minor 7, C, A minor 7, and G, E minor, G, E minor, D, C, A minor 7, C, A minor 7, and back to G, G6. Now we're going into the middle 8, which is E minor. You're sitting around getting older. Okay, so let me just talk you through this section here. It's essentially E minor. You can play it with or without the pinky. G, C, D, E minor, G, C, D. And then you're back into, yeah. So it's a relatively straightforward middle 8. We've just got an E minor. What's kind of important is the timing and where the chords fall, okay? So that's what you might need to practice a little bit. But the actual middle 8 section is just, you sit around getting older. So that's E minor G, then to a C. There's a joke somewhere, D, and it's on me. E minor, from my shoulders to G, C. Come on, baby, the laugh's on me. And then you're back into. Okay, so that pretty much covers it. You've got the verse, the chorus, and that middle 8. Now, the key points to remember in this are what I've already pointed out. You kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Start somewhere like that. Now, you can play a G. If this is a kind of difficult chord for you to play, this one where you're playing the 1st and the 6th on the 7th fret and dampening that 5th string, you can actually play a G. Okay, none of this stuff's written in stone. But so you'd just be going from that. You move the middle finger down 1 string if you was playing a G. Okay, so the important thing is to just aim for that feel, whatever you play. So off, on, off, and emphasize the on and up, off, up, yeah. Then you got your C, C, A minor 7, back to your E minor, G, E minor, and then you're into your D. Can't stop the fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Okay, so there you have it. If you have any questions, please drop me a message down below. I always do my best to get back to you guys and everything else. I think this is a great song to add to your repertoire, and it's kind of a nice one to improve that quicker strumming and things like that. So hopefully this will give you a little something to think about, and I hope it's been of some use to you, and I look forward to seeing you shortly for another lesson. Thanks very much for joining me.